As the CEO, what are your views with regard to the organizational and personal qualities that you do believe are essential for success, especially during the times of turbulence?
Yeah. If you look at the turbulent times, if you go back 3-4 years back, Sri Lanka faced a lot of challenges. Our problem started not with COVID, even before that with the Easter Sunday attack. So when we came into COVID pandemic, unlike other countries, our economy was anyway fragile. With the Easter Sunday attack, certain industries got affected. Then also we had the debt burden on our country, and COVID hit many industries and entire economy was crippled with COVID. So when we just came out of COVID, as we know, the economy, the country declared insolvent or bankrupt. Then we lost access to foreign markets, and banking sector got affected more than any other sector during this period. So when we look at the issues we had a dollar crisis. Because of that, the imports were restricted. Fuel shortages affecting day-to-day operations. Then since the country was downgraded, even the banks had issues in opening letter of credit to support importers. So in this landscape, the survival was the first call we got. We had to survive, support the businesses, support our customers who have gone through a lot of difficulties. So in a context like this, the first thing we have to do is prioritize. We need to prioritize what is urgent. As a bank, any organization in this corporate world will have a corporate plan, strategic plan, which is normally prepared for 1 year, but it's on a rolling basis for 5 years. So what we as a bank, what we did was, we had a corporate plan which was spanning for the first year and going beyond 1 year and up to 5 years. But we went back to the drawing board and prioritized what is important in the context. In the context of crisis, we need to select the sectors, we need to select the priorities for our investment, priority for serving the customers. So what we did was that. So in selecting these, we thought of the customers who were already in need of assistance because of the COVID and other issues. So rather than growing the loan book, our message to the teams was look after the customers, have empathy and understand their issues. Different customers, SME, corporates, importers, exporters, all the customers had different issues. So empathy and understanding the issue was a priority. So that was the communication or the message to our teams. Understand and assist the customers. Because if we don't assist the customers, if they go down, the entire bank will go down. And as a country, we need to safeguard the SMEs and other industries to even support the economic revival. So that was the message sent across the branch network. And we are a big bank. So rather than going through the traditional way of managing, the entire management came to the ground level, supported our teams to take decisions. There was a period where every morning we spent about 2 hours to facilitate dollars or foreign currencies for imports. We had to prioritize that. So sectors like pharmaceutical, essential food items, fertilizer, and also SME importers who are surviving on this raw material, we prioritized and deployed our dollars in a meaningful way. So for that, from my level down to the regional manager, we virtually sat on a table and decided so that we can serve the needy industries and needy customers. So because of that, to your question, the management should change their style, prioritizing and how they should be with teams to guide them in a situation of crisis is very important. Then also although the lending rates were high, we had certain sectors to support like exporters, import substitution, then SMEs. The message was be careful in lending, but there are sectors who need lending. Even certain restructuring, rehabilitation, we need to lend more. but at the rates of around 28-30% as a responsible lender, our message is to curtail lending unless it is very much needed for the industries to survive, or the industries who are supporting the economy at that time. So that was the message to our lending teams. Then also we had a mechanism in place to support these customers. In 2019, we created a SME sales team across the country with the infrastructure to approve facilities centrally. So during the time of turbulence, even during COVID, this infrastructure had the ability to reach the customer and get their requirement and centrally support them during COVID and after the economic turmoil also. A lot of customers needed rehabilitation, restructuring. So this the mechanism we had in place to support SMEs for sales, we converted to support the customers to revive and also to manage our loan portfolio quality. So that's how we manage. So going forward also, I think the asset quality could be a challenge, but as far as the bank has the empathy and understanding of the customer, how to manage as partners, we consider us as partners in their business. We could support them to revive their businesses, and that is very important for the economic revival of the country also. And also in the digital front, we leverage our digital abilities to support these customers, which was came very handy in supporting these customers during the COVID and thereafter in the economic turmoil.
Leadership can be certainly defined in many ways and forms, but a leadership with a very clear vision during a period of turbulence is a different intake. What sort of a perspective would you share when it comes to leadership during a turbulent period?
So to answer your question, during a turbulence period also we need to understand the industry dynamics and who are the stakeholders in the industry that you should deal with. So it is situational leadership, and also you have to be agile. You can't take things for granted, and you can't repeat the practices you have been doing. That's one thing. You have to be agile and you have to be updated, maybe on a daily basis, hourly basis, on the market movements, how the rates are behaving and so on. Then second thing is you have to show the team that you are with them, because sometimes the juniors or maybe who are dispersed across the country can't take decisions on their own. So from leadership, from head office angle, they call head office should guide them, communicate with them very frequently in a time of turbulence. Otherwise they will not be guided to serve the customers in a turbulent time. And your message should be short and clear and should not be confusing. So that we did. We had meetings on almost every day with these managers, guided them, so they knew that the management team as an institution, we are talking the same language. Then communication with the community, your customers, the customers should be guided. You should communicate with the customers. Then communication with the regulator. Sometimes the regulatory front also, they should understand the ground situation. That will happen through our communication with them. So our main regulator is central bank. So they had that from governors level to other officers, they had daily meetings with us sometimes. Then also they had daily discussion with our treasuries with regard to liquidity, foreign currency availability, and they were facilitating government to even finance certain coal and fuel bills. Then the communication with the entire community as a whole. As a banking sector, we had been through the Sri Lankan Banking Association, we had been communicating with the society at large, what we are doing and what kind of support as banks we can give to the community to come out of these issues. Ultimately, with the same country, same economy, we have to come out of this. So as a key stakeholder in the economy, the bank actually through communication and leadership, we could we were able to weather this storm in a perfect manner.
When it comes to drawing from your personal experience, can you share insights and lessons learned from leading a company through periods of turbulence and uncertainty?
First thing is you have to have the confidence to face the turbulent you and your team should be together, as I mentioned, communicating and making our resilience in our mind is the first thing. Then second thing is your franchise, your brand name matters, especially with regard to liquidity. In a turbulent time, any business, especially banking, should have sufficient liquidity to support the customers and also keep up your operations. So having a very good franchise in deposits, we have the highest CASA traditionally. We saw a depletion of CASA during the period of turbulence because people didn't have savings. Sometimes they depleted, but still we managed to have the current account and savings account base very strongly through creating customer convenience and confidence. So that is very important for a banking institution, that we need to portray the resilience, the franchise, the brand name, the reputation matters in a case of turbulence period. Not only the deposit customers, even borrowing customers should have the faith that my bank will stand by me in a difficult period. So that was also communicated throughout, that our bank will support the customers in need, and that was carried out by our teams across the country. Other thing is diversification. Our bank is diversified into different businesses. We are strong in trade, corporate, SMEs, retail, and also we have diversified into other countries, Bangladesh and Maldives. So diversification also matters in case of a turbulence, because we have options to exercise. We are not in one business line. We are not with a single industry, not a single geography. So those things added us to have more resilience than any other competitor in the market. And as an industry, we supported each other. So that is also important. We should not compete at the cost of others in a time of turbulence, because as an industry, if one bank or a financial institution fails, the entire sector will fail, and it's going to be a huge hit on the country's economy. So as we have to be responsible in doing business, especially in turbulence time, because at the cost of any others, we should not try to be a leader, because the industry should survive, and for us to survive in any industry.
NIPM, powering great minds.